Oklahoma is fortunate to have an easy and inexpensive access to the world market. This unique asset is the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, also known as the MKARNS. Built in 1970, Robert S. Kerr and John L. McClellan had the vision to bring world trade into the heart of America. Unlike other forms of transportation, the MKARNS provides the most economic and environmentally friendly method of transporting goods in and out of Oklahoma.
One of the best illustrations of the cost and the cost savings, if you will, we can ship today 2 bushels of grain to the Gulf by barge, cheaper than you can buy a first-class postage stamp.
Although the navigation system is located in the eastern part of the state, it serves all of Oklahoma. An estimated 5 million tons of cargo each year gets shipped up and down the system. From the farmers' grain products being exported to other countries, to companies importing raw materials to produce goods, which in return creates jobs and helps boost Oklahoma's economy. The navigation system is a global player in the import and export activities of this state.
Because when you look at transportation as a whole in our country, because we ship on an interstate basis, we ship worldwide. But in our country, we have some severe problems when it comes to rail and truck capacity.
Imagine if these 5 million tons were to be transported by trucks. It would take 200,000 18-wheelers to carry that amount of tonnage annually. With our roads and bridges already congested, can you imagine the delays, aggravation, and road repair costs? There are over 7,000 people in this state who are employed by companies that operate at the 3 major Oklahoma ports.
We provide loading and unloading of rail cars and barges for industries throughout this region. We provide basically whatever kind of service, cargo handling services they need, from foreign trade zone services to weigh scales, lifting, packaging, crating, customs house brokerage, freight forwarding services. In other words, truly a logistics center for cargo, if you would.
The Port of Catoosa at the head of the navigation system and the Port of Muskogee are public ports. They lease land to companies who utilize the MKARNS. They handle the loading and offloading of the shipments. Both ports also have rail access that can help in the delivery of goods for manufacturing companies requiring this capability. Johnston's Port 33, located just east of Tulsa near Inola, is privately owned by Johnston's Enterprises, the parent company, which is located in Enid, Oklahoma.
We provide services for anybody who wants to ship materials up the river or down the river. The main commodities would be for the ag sector. Large amounts of fertilizer come up the river, and then again, as we go back down the river, they reload those empty barges with grain.
Consolidated Grain and Barge, also known as CGB, leases from Johnston's, but also has 3 private ports on the system located at Wagner and Webbers Falls in Oklahoma, and another port in Van Buren, Arkansas. CGB owns grain elevators at each of these 4 locations. Having this navigation system allows farmers whose grain products are shipped via water to receive more money for their crops due to shipping charges being less by barge than any other mode of transportation. Not only does the MKARNS make a significant impact on the economy by providing jobs, lower shipping costs, and less road congestion, but it also provides many other services maintained by the Corps of Engineers.
Our job is to maintain the 18 locks and dams along the system. This is just a portion of the district missions. We also have flood control across Kansas, Oklahoma, and the northern part of Texas, recreation, a lot of environmental stewardship, ecosystem restoration, water supply, a lot of other missions. But the navigation system on the MKARNS is incredibly important, not just to this local area, to our states in this region, but it really is part of our national economy.
Over $115 million were saved by the Corps of Engineers by flood prevention through the dams located along the MKARNS and reservoirs above the Arkansas River. Hydropower harnessed at Weber's Falls provides low-cost energy. Fish and wildlife are beneficiaries of the system, along with water supply for farmers' crops. Recreational boating is also enjoyed by many, as they are allowed passage through all 18 locks for free. There are 3 rivers that comprise the entire navigation system. There are a total of 445 miles to travel down from Oklahoma, starting at the Port of Catoosa on the Verdigris River. It then joins the Arkansas River at the Port of Muskogee, from there to the White River in Arkansas, before it eventually empties into the Mississippi River. While transportation down the river may be out of sight, it is imperative that it doesn't stay out of mind. The McCarns is 100% federally funded and is currently in desperate need of at least $100 million of backlog maintenance projects.
You know, what we're trying to do right now is just hold on to the navigation industry as a whole and keep what we have. All of our infrastructure is aging infrastructure. It's in bad need of repair, and the Corps is not being funded enough to keep up with the repair and maintenance of the infrastructure, and we're in bad need of dredging on a lot of rivers, including the Mississippi River.
An Inland Waterways Trust Fund was established to fund maintenance projects by charging a 20-cent diesel fuel tax per gallon on fuel used by towing and barge companies for fueling towboats hauling commodities on inland rivers. However, the funding has not kept up with the needs. With the funds depleted, the needs continue to escalate. The McCarns cost $1.3 billion to build in 1970, and after 40 years, maintenance and replacement of critical system parts are drastically needed. There are 5 locks in Oklahoma and 13 in Arkansas. But if any one of the 18 locks fail, the system for Oklahoma is down. The investment that was made in this infrastructure needs to be protected. As individuals, we take care of our private property and assets to ensure they are maintained and well kept.
Other countries are recognizing this. They're making major investments into their waterway infrastructure that we already have in the United States. We must recognize the treasure that we have here in the state of Oklahoma, continue to maintain it, improve upon it, and find ways to utilize it to make Oklahoma more economically viable.
It is important to Oklahoma's future generations' economic stability to communicate the value of this infrastructure and the need to maintain and improve this portal to the world economy. If you have any questions or would like more information about the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, please visit the Oklahoma Department of Transportation's website or call 918-270-5804.